Hello, everyone, and welcome into a Thursday evening. I'm Chris Allen here with your 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. It is May 22nd. We're going into Memorial Day weekend, and it's still looking a bit sloppy. Yeah, it is looking a little sloppy. We're going to get to that in a moment. But first, I want to address this. Chad says, "Hey, Chris, you switching from updates in the morning to the evening now?" Yes, I am. And he, here is why. If you haven't heard me talk about it or haven't seen me, I am now on in the mornings on News 40. That's right, mornings. I switched from the evenings to the mornings, and that was my choice. Nobody else's choice. That was my choice. Ever since I started back into television and started at News 40 almost 2 years ago, from the very beginning, I'm like, well, I would, of course, like to do mornings. And they said, well, we have Darius who is doing mornings and he wants to stay there for as long as he stays here. And I'm like, okay, if Darius ever decides that he is leaving to go to another position somewhere else at another station, then I would like to have mornings. And so that worked out. So that's why I'm switching from the night to the mornings on TV. And so therefore, this update, the 270 weather, switches to evenings. And you get what you get is my take on what's going to happen tomorrow instead of what's happening today. So that's the switch. That's what's happened, and I'm digging it. I get to I get to be more like me in the mornings. At night, it's sort of, it's kind of all buttoned up and it's the news, 5 and 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock. In the mornings, I get to be more me, loose, fun, joking around, just having a good time and waking people up in the mornings. I mean, that's what I've done or did for over 30 years. Uh, and so I thought, if I'm going to get back into television, I want to be back in the mornings. And so the opportunity came along a few months ago, and Darius said that at the end of his contract in May, that he was going to leave. And he didn't know at the time where he was going, but then he landed at Channel 4 in Nashville. We are so proud of him. I mean, that's a big jump from Bowling Green to Nashville. Nashville is a major market. So we're proud of him, and he's getting ready to get in there and do his thing at Channel 4. So that opened up an opportunity for me to go to mornings. So yeah, okay. So now Chad is saying, double dose of Chris, watch 40 in the morning and 270 weather in the evening. Yes. The only exception will be, uh, I will do this, the 270 weather, Saturday and Sunday mornings, because I'm not on TV Saturday and Sunday mornings. So that will be the same. That won't change. But yes, um, that's the reason. So I'm glad you asked, and I'm happy to answer. Again, this is something that I wanted ever since I signed that contract to go back on television, which many of you know I said no a couple of times. When I was called and asked, "Hey, would you like to come back and do it?" I'm like, "Nope, I'm done. I'm done. Don't want it. Don't, no." And I was doing this. It was in a different form, but it was this every day. But then they said, "Well, you're doing that. Why don't you just, come back to TV?" And I'm like, "Oh." No, no, I'm done. I've had 31 years in television. I'm done. And then they twisted my arm a little bit more, and it wasn't about money. I'm never going to make the kind of money I want to, not here, not in Bowling Green. And that's something that everybody just needs to understand. There are market sizes. The market in Bowling Green is 182. The market in Nashville is like 30, 31, somewhere in there. It's top 30, top 50. And when you're a top 50 market, you're a big market. Even though it's just down the road, it's all about how many people live in a certain market area. And millions live in the Nashville market while thousands live in the Bowling Green market. So we are much, 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 much smaller. Therefore, uh, you don't get the big salaries that some of the big cities like Atlanta, Chicago, Atlanta, yeah, all those places get. Nashville, Memphis. So that's why. So I'm gonna just stay this course for as long as I can. Mornings on television and evenings right here at 270 Weather, except for Saturday and Sunday. So, all right. So here we go. Let's get into the weather. It's been a fine day. It's been beautiful. It's been sunny. It's been breezy again today, just like it was yesterday. We had some breezes up to 30 miles per hour in some cases. There is the view outside right now. If you're watching me live here at 7:05 p.m. Central Time, this is the Plano Cam right outside my window, and it's beautiful. Sunshine, those drifting little puffy fair weather clouds. See the breeze there, the Cape Myrtle that's right there on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, starting to grow. It's really starting to grow. It'd been cut back earlier to give it room to grow because it was kind of growing out kind of wonky, but now it's starting to grow back. Of course, with all the rain and all of that, it's really starting to come out now. So good stuff. We've had a good day. All right, let's go to the numbers. And we had a high today of 75. Yes, sunny and 75. That is referred to as kind of a perfect day. We call it Chamber of Commerce weather because lots of communities, when you have weather this nice and a blue sky like that and the little puffy clouds, um, you want to take pictures and say, from the Chamber of Commerce, hey, look at our city. It's perfect, blue sky, little puffy clouds, sunny and 75. There are songs about sunny and 75. 5 degrees cooler than the normal. 80 is where we're supposed to be for a high temperature this time of the year. 57 was our low this morning, and no rainfall past 24 hours. All right, let's take a look at satellite view. And really, we've been spared a lot of cloud cover. There's a disturbance off to the north of us and one to the south. You can see some of those clouds down south of us. These clouds have produced a little bit of light rain, but we've been right here in the middle where the disturbance to the north and the one to the south have just avoided us. And the atmosphere has been very dry, very stable, all good stuff. And it's going to stay that way, which is also good stuff. Look at the Kentucky Mesonet Network, and we take a look at some of the temperatures and current conditions here at just after 7 p.m. Some 50s well to the north of us where the cloud cover has been all day. But you go further south and where you start to see the sun, then you've got 60s, even mid and upper 60s even a few 70s back into southwestern Kentucky. So it's been nice. It's been cool, even cooler where the clouds have remained today. Now, there isn't much showing up on the radar, except for way over in western, far southwestern Kentucky, a few light raindrops there that I was showing you on the satellite view was part of that disturbance. But that's it. So let's check out the winds, which have been brisk all day today. From the north and northwest, sustained winds right now 5 to 10 to 11 to 12 miles per hour. Some gusts up to 15, even to 20. In fact, let's check the peak wind gusts today since midnight. Check it out: 26, 30, 34, 34, 32, 33 here in Bowling Green. A 36-mile-per-hour wind gust today in Franklin earlier. There's a few 30s here and there: 33, 31, 32. So, yeah, just about everybody has had a gust at least today from the north and northwest at over 30 miles an hour. But thanks to the low dew points and the dry air, check out these dew points only in the 40s. Ah, that means it feels nice. Even with the breeze, I think it feels nice. It does. I can, the wind's a little nuisance every once in a while, getting up that high, but I still like it. It just feels good, looks good. It's just one of those days when you're like, this is really, really nice. Well, let's check out the maps and we'll see what's ahead because we do have rain in the forecast for the holiday weekend. So you see these disturbances, one to the south, one to the north, and they're all moving away. We're going to have a very quiet night tonight, and we're going to get one more beautiful day tomorrow. High pressure will be in control. Everything looks really nice. Here is your Friday morning. Here's Friday afternoon. Notice high pressure is in control. It's up there in Illinois. So expect another gorgeous day tomorrow and not as much in the way of wind. The wind will settle down tonight and not be as breezy as it has been the last 2 days. Now we get into Friday night. We begin to see some light rain moving in from the west, but not just from the west. There's also going to be some warmer air and Gulf moisture that is going to move in from the south as we get into the weekend. So this is 7 o'clock Friday night. Here we go into 7 a.m. Saturday morning. There may be just a few showers. Now I'm going to try to, the way I see this is the first part of Saturday is probably going to be your best time on the weekend to have a dry period with only maybe a little shower here and there. Because as we get into Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, all day Sunday, all day Monday, it's going to be just period after period of rain and thunderstorms, and some of the rainfall may be heavy. I'm not seeing severe weather. That's at least a bonus, but it is going to be wet. It is going to be damp. Here we go into Saturday evening. Showers again. Not everybody's getting rain yet. This will be very scattered and just kind of here and there. Okay. Just not total coverage and not the heavy rain. Not yet. So I still think that if you've got something planned going to the lake, this is after all, the unofficial beginning of summer, Memorial Day weekend. Most people are like, all right, it's Memorial Day weekend. We're going to the lake, or we're going camping, or we're going hiking, or we're going to have a cookout. We're going to do some stuff at the pool. This is like to kick off summer, Memorial Day weekend. And I would say Saturday is going to be your best day to do something outdoors because Sunday and Monday may not be so nice. So let's go into Sunday morning. Here's our low pressure system, an extended trough, upper wave, extending through parts of western Kentucky, low pressure system right on the Mississippi River, West Tennessee, eastern Arkansas, Boot Hill, and Missouri. And because of its placement, it is going to just crank out copious amounts of rain and thunderstorms. But again, not severe weather, just your garden variety thunder, lightning, rain. And some of the rain, especially as we get into Sunday night and Monday, Memorial Day, could be heavy at times. Here's Monday morning. Look at the coverage. Decent rainfall, low pressure system scoots across Tennessee. Here's Tuesday morning as you're going back to work, and finally the cold front moves through. I know the timing is not good. It's a holiday weekend. You want the whole thing to be as nice as it is today, but it's not. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's going to be wet. It's going to be sloppy. It's going to be muddy. It's just going to, and on Sunday and Monday, when you're going to try to fire up your grill, it's going to get rained on. Unless you've got some protection, it's going to get wet. And the rain, as I mentioned, could be heavy. We're looking at a couple of inches, 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe even up to 3. Yeah. And so with the river levels still being up a little bit, I was checking on them a while ago. At 1 to 2 or maybe even up to 3 inches of rain is going to cause some minor flooding. So look for the possibility of flooding again becoming a possibility, a real possibility this weekend. Not the April flooding, not the flooding we had in April. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a couple of days where we're going to get heavy enough rain to where the waters are going to rise. You're going to have creeks and streams rising and causing some minor flooding. And yes, there could even be some flash flooding, rapid flooding. We're going to have to watch it closely because keep in mind the water tables, the ground water tables, the karst, the cave areas still loaded with water. And it's only going to take an inch or two to bring it all back up again. So here we go into Monday, Memorial Day. Tuesday, there's your cold front coming through. The rains begin to weaken, but not completely exit until we get into Wednesday. Then there's still parts of eastern Kentucky that are going to still see showers. Here is Thursday. We do get a break from the showers, but then here comes another system. I know. It really is phenomenal to see just one system after the other coming through. It's almost like it doesn't want to stop. The pattern just does not want to stop. It wants to keep going like this. Yeah, we are going to be cooler than normal, but the rainy stuff just does not want to quit. It's just the pattern that we're in this year. It's different. Okay. Sometimes, every so often, we get a very different weather pattern that is unlike anything else that we've seen in maybe 10 years, 20 years. It happens. So don't think it's such an anomaly that, oh, that means everything's changing. No, it's an anomaly. And next winter, next spring, it could be completely different. So don't read too much into it. I know the people that want money that would like to scare you into thinking that we're making it worse, so they need the money to fix it. They can't fix it. Okay. And it's false information. It's just false information. Don't fall for that because all they want is funding. These patterns have happened before. Okay. So don't fall for the trap. Here's the weather outlook, severe weather outlook. Of course, we had nothing today. Here's the severe weather outlook for tomorrow. There may be some of those, as I mentioned, garden variety showers to the west of us, but not affecting the 270 necessarily tomorrow. We have a better chance of that on Saturday, but even there, it's your general garden variety thunderstorms, nothing severe. And even on Sunday and Monday, no severe weather threat Sunday and no severe weather threat on Monday, Memorial Day. Even though we're going to have thunderstorms and heavy rain, there's just no severe weather threat. At least none that I'm seeing right now. As I mentioned yesterday, that could pivot very quickly and change, but for now, it is not happening. Here's a look at the temperatures, the model blender, as we go through the next several days. Low 70s, a good 10 degrees below normal. Then we start to moderate next week. After Memorial Day, we'll start to really moderate into the mid and upper 70s and get back to around 80. 80 is our normal high temperature for this time of the year, the end of May and the beginning of June. And here are your first 2 days of June right here at the end of the graphic. First day of June, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, 80. And then looks like we'll probably be in the 80s again next Monday, June 2nd. So we're getting into June by the end of next week. And temperatures are going to be running pretty close to average where they're supposed to be, not too far off. Okay. So there we go. There's your update. I wish I had better news for your holiday weekend, but it's gonna rain and it's gonna rain a lot. So plan accordingly. I will, of course, Memorial Day weekend. I like to break out the grill. I've already broken it out, really. But on Memorial Day weekend, it's just something special about it. It's the just the remembrance of those who have gone on before, those who have served our country. Of course, I think about that all the time. I think about the men and women who have so bravely served our country and provided us with the freedoms to do what we do on Memorial Day weekend and every other weekend, and that is relax, try to have time with friends and family, and have some fun. They made it possible. So let's just, take some time and think about them and their service and what they did for us, all of us, this Memorial Day weekend. And then they would want us to fire up the grill and to go to the lake and to have fun with friends and family. They would want us to do that because this is America. That's what we're all about. So, unfortunately, it is going to rain this weekend. Just plan accordingly, plan around the rain. Okay. And just keep a weather radio with you. By the way, they are working now. I've tested them. They're fine. We're back online, new software. Everything is up and running as it should be. So take your weather radio with you. Take your News 40 weather app with you. Download it right there in the corner. That QR code will get you the app, and that you take that with your phone on your pontoon or wherever you're going, and it has your phone has a GPS. That app will follow your GPS wherever you go. You're going to get a radar, and you're going to get any kind of bulletins or notifications or alerts instantly. It will tell you when there's lightning near you, even 15 miles away from you. It will send you an alert. Hey, look out. Lightning is coming your way, or a dangerous storm is coming your way. It will tell you that. Keep it with you. That way, if you're on the pontoon, you're on the boat, you're on the lake, or you're outside doing something, you get that notification. It's like, okay, guys, we got to get in. We got to get out of here. Lightning, heavy rain, storms. It's all good stuff. Okay. Have a great rest of the night, and I'll see you bright and early, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning on News 40 Sunrise. Thanks for watching, and God bless.